All right, here we are live from the Santa Monica track in the shadows. It's a nice sunny Southern California day. A few clouds.
Families out here?
A few clouds, a few families on a Sunday morning. On the football field, we got editor-in-chief
What's up, y'all?
At Dougie Fisher.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
It's fight.
During a busy fight week.
It's fight day today.
Today's fight. It's still fight day.
It was fight day yesterday.
It
Now
was
it's
fight
Hollywood.
day
Now it's Hollywood fight
Friday.
day. Yeah.
It was fight day Thursday.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been a busy 4 days, and I'm ready for some really good boxing, good club show level fights. With tonight's Hollywood Fight Nights, and in the main event, Sergey Bohachuk against Tyrone Young Gun Brunson. Actually, Tyrone not so young gun Brunson, but he's still a gun.
He still has a loaded gun.
Yeah. Brunson, I think
Big
his last
puncher.
8 fights, he's 6-1-1, and he's been fighting solid opposition. And what he is he's an experienced veteran who's still athletic and has that power. So, at least on paper, he's the most dangerous opponent that Bohachuk has faced. Bohachuk, 15-0, 15 knockouts. That's a guy, a real prospect, who's knocking on the door of contender status. So you get that level of fighter, and then you get the locals. So you get like Philly Rubalcaba and Adrian Corona and George El Fantasma Navarro.
Yep.
And these guys got the look. And then you got folks from overseas like Marco Deckman.
Marco Deckman, all the way from Germany, trained by Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach, yeah.
And also trained by Freddie Roach, Vic Darchinyan's nephew.
Oh, so he's with Roach,
Yeah,
really?
he's
That's
with Freddie,
Armand
yeah.
Darchinyan.
Armand Darchinyan, yeah.
And wait, now Vic was like this big.
Yeah.
And he
And
was an unholy terror, but Armand's like
Armand
a
is
super middleweight?
Super welterweight.
Super welterweight, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he's not that much bigger.
His
He's
opponent
big.
came in heavy, and that's why they weighed a little bit heavier. But he normally
okay.
fights 154.
All right.
Yeah.
And he's making his pro debut.
Sam, he's making his pro debut. Sam Garcia is
What's up, Sam?
logged on.
Yeah.
So you got the combination. You got Showtime
Oh.
boxing hat.
Yeah, well, Showtime came back. Wow,
Yeah.
I'd forgotten, and it was funny. Twitter wasn't buzzing about the fighters on the broadcast. They were saying just how nice it was to have the commentators back. So
Yeah.
Al Bernstein and Paulie Malignaggi and Mauro Ranallo.
I like that crew. Yeah.
And Brian Custer at the desk.
Yeah.
You know what? It is a really good crew. But yeah.
And you got the 360 promotion shirt.
This
That's
shirt.
people are asking about that.
This shirt,
merchandise.
like you put it on and makes you
shirt and
feel
the
like
hat.
a weightlifter or something. It just fits. Who made this shirt? Was this our man Mike Styles?
That's a Mike Styles.
Mike Styles special. Yeah, I
Mike
wear
Styles
this shirt.
special.
People think I work out. They think I'm in shape.
We had broken the merchandise records at.
Come at me, bro.
With all the Triple G merchandise at the Garden and at the Forum, and then you also you had the what did you have the was it Canelo Triple G?
Yeah, I think that was for the rematch.
Rematch, yeah.
That was like the official I Am Boxing. Canelo Alvarez Triple G.
It has a Triple G logo on it. It has a Golden Boy logo on it. Yeah.
Windbreaker hoodie.
Yeah.
That's one of the perks of being a boxing writer or a boxing editor or a boxing commentator. You get all this merch.
We have someone from Sergey Bohachuk's hometown, from Vinica, Ukraine.
Really?
Yeah. So he's logged in.
Boy, Bohachuk has been putting in the work, folks.
Yeah,
this guy. And you know what I like about Bohachuk? The first 2 years of a prospect's career, he's matched, just to bring him along, get him used to being a pro. He's in fights that he's supposed to win fairly easy, and then by the third year, you step up the competition, and they're not as busy. Like Bohachuk, he fought 6 times in 2017, 2018. But 2019, Bohachuk, he's kept this busy pace.
Very, very busy.
But the
Freddie
level of his
Hernandez.
competition has been stepped up considerably.
He fought Freddie, right? Freddie Hernandez.
This year, yeah. And guys that are supposed to take him rounds. He fought Mookie Pendarvis.
Yeah, that's right.
That dude, Fernando Marin, was that his last opponent?
I believe so, yeah.
That dude, on paper, that guy should have taken him rounds.
Yep.
And he did. I think he made it into the 5th
Few
round.
rounds, yeah.
But he got hammered. And so the thing about Bohachuk is he's still knocking guys out. So you guys can bring him right back.
And we'll see how he does.
He's 100% dedicated to
We'll
boxing.
see how he does with Tyrone Brunson. Brunson
can
holds
fight.
Coach knows which record Tyrone Brunson holds.
I do.
You got the
First 19 fights of his career, he won by first round knockout.
and whose record did he break?
Dougie's boy.
My son,
Yeah.
my wayward son, Edwin Valero. The late infamous
And
Valero.
Dougie and I saw his 12th
You saw
fight.
Valero fight
Maybe it was
live,
the
right?
12th, Yeah,
It was his
yeah.
12th fight at Irvine Marriott.
Yeah.
And it was, of course, he won first round knockout, but he took his time.
Just walk
Just
this guy down.
Just like no big deal. But then what happened was they ruined him because they gave him a bonus, and then he went out there and pressed
He
him
was
up.
trying to. You know, the story of that is he wasn't able to fight in America, right? His license was revoked in the United States.
And you were there
So
when
he
that
fought.
happened.
I was, yeah. I was in New York City.
In New York, revoked the license.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the other commissions had to honor it, which
Yeah.
is fair. So he went overseas. So he's fighting in Paris and he's fighting in South America. Then he goes to Tokyo to fight on a Mr. Honda card. And Honda offered a bonus, like something like $10,000-$15,000 bonus to his fighter if you get out of the first round.
I did.
And, yeah, and Valero was like, wait a minute, if I knock him out in the first round,
He
do
won't
I
want
get
it.
that money?
Yeah.
And Honda's like, okay. So Honda didn't really want to encourage Valero to get another first round knockout. He was trying to encourage the B side, the opponent, right? The Japanese
good, I
dude.
like that, yeah.
Hiro Banda. I think that was the name of the dude.
And was it a first round knockout?
It was a first round knockout.
So he got the bonus.
But and then Honda signed him. And then, so
Okay.
maybe his next 4 or 5 fights were
But how
under the
about-
Taken banner.
I thought his single most impressive fight was when he won the championship.
Oh, against the guy in Panama. Wow.
I mean, he
Vicente Mosquera.
I mean, he had-
real badass.
the most that Valero had ever gone was 2 rounds.
2 rounds. That's
And
right.
then he fights this round. Valero gets knocked down in the 3rd.
Yep. And
then
cut.
he comes back and knocks the guy out in the
But
9th,
he goes deep. Yeah.
which is crazy.
I know.
You got the Flair Cobb.
Who else
Shirt
did I
on.
have this week?
That's it. Is that your favorite?
Wait,
That's your favorite shirt?
Dougie, what do you think of
Favorite fighter.
favorite fighter by far? It's also my favorite shirt.
Even above Bohachuk. That's a
Oh.
big statement.
Hey, one day, maybe, he'd have to go up and
No,
wait.
no, he's this guy.
Woo! November 2nd. I was hoping I would get to call his fight, but he's quickly climbing those ranks in the boxing world. So he's gonna be like the official undercard, but underneath the undercard is like the free view. It'll be on DAZN, but they'll be pushing it on a bunch of other platforms too. And I think Beto Duran and I, or maybe Coach and I, maybe the 3 of us.
You'll be up there in Vegas, right?
Yeah, so we'll be calling the pro debut of Evander Holyfield's son, Evan.
Okay.
That guy, Bek Bully,
Okay.
Melikusiev. Yeah, Bektamir Melikusiev, Uzbekistani, trained by Joel Diaz. Yeah.
So is
We'll
Blair
have his.
going to be on the zone, on the main card?
Yeah. He's like the undercard.
And then we also have Ryan.
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia
He's in
is
the
on that show, too.
co-feature.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia is in the
Against
co-feature
Duno.
against Romero Duno.
I don't think he's making enough money. So Ryan Garcia.
You're giving Golden
think
Boy
they
headaches,
didn't-
man.
Hey, Ryan Garcia was getting $150,000 for the last fight, and I think he deserves every penny of it. I really do. Not off his boxing skills so much, but I mean he's got
Moves the needle.
he's got a huge following.
Yeah.
So then he
It's like KSI and Logan Paul. It's like, do they deserve to be the main event at Staples Center? And fighters like Devin Haney and Billy Joe Saunders on their undercard? In a sporting sense,
selling
no.
the
In a
tickets and getting
business
the
sense,
ratings.
in an entertainment sense, yeah, because they're putting all the butts in the seats.
are you going?
Yeah. I kind of deliberated about it. I had a debate about it within myself, and then I'm like, well, it's going to be a spectacle. What is that atmosphere going to be like? What's it going to be like to cover a professional boxing match at Staples Center and have YouTube fans in there?
I think there'll be a lot of YouTube fans there.
Yeah, of course.
That's all they'll have.
That's fine.
JP just texted he's not making the track,
JP, where are you?
Not making the track.
but maybe making the fights
He
tonight.
said maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, JP, we're gonna put the odds on that. Okay, you see, maybe. Okay, well, I had it maybe I had it like 40-60. Now maybe I'm going to call it. I'm going to give about 8% chance of going tonight.
I'm going to say slim and none and slim and uptown.
But anyway, I just got to tell you this, JP. It was great seeing you this week. You got to come out here. Everyone's like.
Everyone misses JP and the odds.
Not the same. Like JP holding that phone camera he's the best.
He's a good producer. Good producer and good.
And he's real good.
Everyone tunes into his odds.
He's really good with the interaction, the viewer interaction.
Someone had texted about, or someone had commented about the fight yesterday. Josh Taylor and Prograis.
How about that Scotsman, man?
Prograis was actually Prograis was the favorite, so the underdog won. It was a slight underdog.
It was a slight favorite. But, going into that fight, I couldn't pick the winner.
But I'm talking about the odds makers had Prograis as the favorite.
I think so, yeah.
Even though I believe, Josh Taylor was at home.
Yeah. I believe a slight majority, very slight majority of at least the American media favored Prograis to win that fight. I saw it as 50-50. And to me, that's the fight that played out. I mean, I understand that 114 card, but I don't think there's anything controversial about Josh Taylor winning that fight. And in just his 16th pro fight, he wins the World Boxing Super Series final. He unifies 2 major world titles and wins the Ring Magazine vacant junior welterweight championship.
That's right. Your belt was on there too, the Ring Magazine belt. Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, they were number one. Those guys were. I think those guys were number 1 and number 2 at junior welterweight even before the tournament. Right. And they were the top 2 seeds in the tournament. And both guys proved their rankings.
Too bad we never had a middleweight tournament when Triple G was coming up on HBO.
Where was the World Boxing Super Series?
HBO tried, but all the fighters jumped out.
The best part of that fight was Prograis' post-fight interview. Yeah, you got to watch that.
Very composed, right?
Yeah. Oh, he just took the high road. Yeah. You could see he thought he won.
He said he lost to the better man. Yeah.
He did, but he thought he won.
Thought he won, right? But he wasn't complaining about the decision.
Right. Not at all.
You got to respect Prograis a lot.
Oh my God. Yeah. But I like that. He's a classy kid. And he's smart. He's very smart. I could have given him a fight. I'm probably the only guy because I really like him big going in. Yeah. So I think I swayed a little bit, but I thought he won the fight.
But he fought a tremendous fight.
He fought a great fight. Both of them fought great fights.
Abel thought that Taylor was going to win.
He favored Taylor.
Yeah. And Taylor's
a complete fighter.
So here's a list of trainers that we have tonight at the Hollywood Fight Nights show. It's going to be Abel, who's naturally training Bohachuk. Freddie Roach is training Marco Deckman and Arman Darchinyan. Marvin Simodio is training Christian Robles, who's on the show. Flyweight. And then Jonathan Banks is going to be there as a special guest. Okay. He's flying in. Cecilia Breckus is flying in. Actually, she's going to be there. Oh, good. We just announced her fight in Monaco. Yeah, November 30th.
That's a good card.
So Cecilia would be there. So not only do you get to see the great Cynthia Conte, you get to see Cecilia Breckus, the best pound for pound and Ring Magazine pound for pound champion in female boxing.
That's true. Yeah. She was the first female fighter in history to receive championship recognition at all from Ring Magazine, to ever get a Ring Magazine title. It wasn't a world title, although she's worthy of that because she's undisputed. It was the pound for pound title. Right. Yeah.
And
but she was my inspiration to award female fighters who are undisputed, to award them Ring Magazine championship belts. So after Breckus, we had Clarissa Shields, and after Shields, we had Katie Taylor.
All deserving.
And going forward, and one day we'll have a women's rankings to win. It's number 1 and number 2 in a weight class fighting, having that Ring Magazine title.
And Bohachuk and Brunson, they're fighting for a title. It's a
WBC Continental Americas, which means probably they'll be ranked in the top 15 at least.
Yes,
the winner.
The winner should be rated in the top 15.
Bohachuk's on the radar. People are watching him.
You have to pay a sanctioning fee for that?
Absolutely, yeah. Of course. Yeah. It's not as much as the world titles, but it's a step towards a world. Definitely
and
gets
then you probably got to pay for the WBC
ratings.
Representative.
Yeah. Supervisors out here. Yeah.
You got to fly them in. Yeah. There's nobody local.
Do they get free parking?
They do get well. They're
But they still got to get there early because Hollywood Fight Night sells out every time.
right. We're actually going to break the record. For the last show, we broke the boxing record for attendance at the Avalon, and this time we're
I had
gonna
nowhere to park.
break
I know
that. We're gonna break
that record. I barely made it there. I literally came in like a minute before the.
This will be the highest attended event that we've ever held there. It's already sold out. All the seats are sold out except the general admission. There are some general admission tickets available for upstairs and some general admission floor seats. So get there early.
You got to get there early.
It opens doors open at 3:00.
Well, Larry knows where to park. Larry's going to be watching the Patriots game. But he'll be there in time for the main fight.
Yeah, Larry Mullen's going to make a rare appearance.
He is. Yeah. He's going to get mobbed there for autographs.
And you never know what star is going to be there.
There is a couple of stars which I can't
might
reveal,
by, you know.
but a lot of fighters are coming by.
Great
a lot of
Bruce
boxers.
Buffer might just appear.
Yeah.
You know,
Michael Buffer came by.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, Michael, he had come by. Omar Miller has been there.
But Bruce, really, yeah.
Bruce Buffer, your favorite announcer.
He's the star.
He's a superstar, international.
He is, no, really.
Yeah. Mario Lopez has been there to the show.
Yeah, Mario. Mario could wear this shirt a lot better than me. All of Mario's shirts are mediums. That's the truth. Yeah.
Are we gonna do any? So we did the rundown. So Bohachuk and Brunson are fighting for the Continental Americas title, 10-round fight. A huge knockout ratio between the two of them.
Right, Brunson I think has won 25 of his 28 victories by knockout.
Yeah, and Bohachuk is all 15.
100%.
Yeah, George Navarro is a fan favorite. He's becoming one of the most popular fighters here in Southern California. He's local here. I don't know exactly the city he's from, but yeah, he's
greater LA area.
Yeah,
right?
Very, very marketable, very active on social media.
Yeah.
Adrian Corona has become popular. He's in a tough fight against the guy from Maywood.
Yeah, that guy.
The guy that fought Mario Ramos.
Yeah, and that fight
gave
could
him a
have
hard
been
time.
a draw.
Yeah.
And
injured.
He had Mario going at the end of that fight.
Fractured his orbital bone.
Yeah.
I believe, or the cheekbone.
Yeah.
Mario Ramos. So Adrian's in a tough fight. Marco is, we mentioned, he's very popular. He has about 90% of his fans are female that want to.
Yeah,
that are going to come by.
We're going to have to put a cold, wet blanket over Cynthia when he.
Did she sound like Blair Cobb?
Yeah, she did. She did a flare
when he won by
and
knockout.
She held it. Yeah, she held it for like 15 seconds.
Christian Robles on the show.
Yeah.
And like I said, Vic Darchinian and Armand.
Will Vic actually be there?
Oh yeah, Vic was there. He was there at the weigh-ins.
So is he like the manager? Does he manage?
He's guiding his career. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure, guiding his career.
Vic. He's one of my favorite fighters.
I just watched the Vic Donaire first fight.
That's the only Darchinian fight you ever watched. Darch Vader getting knocked out.
Vic was a
tremendous
champion. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Vic was unbeaten at Superfly. Imagine if he was around during your Superfly series.
During that series, that became one of the most popular series on TV.
He had a great run at flyweight, and then he went up to 115, and nobody beat him, and he partially unified titles.
And the co-feature, we haven't spoken much about that. It's Philly Ruvalcaba, who's 11-1 versus undefeated Adrian Montoya, 10-0.
Oxnard.
10-0 with 9 knockouts. Originally from Mexico, and he's been training up here in Oxnard.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that fight.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm unfamiliar with Montoya.
That's going to be an exciting fight.
I know Rubalcaba.
Where does he work out in Oxnard?
At Eagles' gym up there. Yeah, he trains up there. Yeah, produces a lot of champions up there.
Agus is a mad scientist.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has a lot of help.
Has Brunson been KO'd?
Not in a long time.
He's got a few losses, but he's on a winning streak, like you said. I think he's 6-1 in his last 7 fights.
The only person to stop him recently, who the heck was it?
We got
lost to good fighters.
So we got Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Could be a music group.
What do you think about B-Hop Roy Jones 3?
We saw B-Hop running on the beach down there in Cancun at the
WBC. If some oligarch
WBC
in
convention
Russia wants to split 10 million
they can
or
finance
15
it.
million between them,
yeah.
So be it. I'll cover it if that Russian oligarch covers my traveling.
I'm gonna go on selfie mode, Doug. I got There's Dave in the background. I got the WBC hat on from the golf tournament. Abel was playing every day down there, and I got the representing the Ring magazine. Canelo's fighting this week, but this is the Canelo Triple G.
Shout out to Anson Wainwright for bringing all those shirts.
Which we thought Triple G won both of those fights.
Doug
doesn't have to comment on that.
Isn't Canelo fighting on the Blair Cobb card?
Yeah, he's on that same show with Blair Cobb and Ryan Garcia.
Let's not forget about Sergey Kovalev.
Blair Cobb
He's had a good year so far. He's got to keep it going, but he's all of his fights have been good. They've all been he's been in with solid opposition.
Every guy.
Yeah. So
he's an exciting fighter, an exciting ring entrance, right?
He just has this energy.
He's a good. I mean,
and he's a chill dude outside of the ring. Yeah.
Do we want to do? You want to do some of your questions, Coach?
So I just did you get over didn't get them all right?
I did because I
You
got
did? Oh, he missed some questions?
I got mysterious Billy Smith. So that's like a bonus question. You get extra points for getting that, but Coach had me down like 3 times in the first round, so I had to claw my way back. So
here's the other thing.
If I could salvage a draw with last week's Periscope trivia, I'll take it.
So how do you guys feel about AJ and Ruiz? I mean, I can't wait, and every single day I change my mind.
It's one of those fights.
I cannot figure it
It'll
out.
It'll definitely be interesting. We got also can't skip over Shakur Stevenson had a good performance last night.
He had a brilliant
against
performance.
Joette.
Totally outclassed Joette. Yeah. I only scored round 7 for Joette Gonzalez. I think Stevenson was in Gonzalez's head, and I think Joette was in his own head with that family drama. And I think Joette and his father, I mean, it's hard to separate yourself from that, but they needed to do that. They were way too worked up and emotional. And the network, ESPN played it up because it helped get attention to the fight. I understand that. Soap operas, people watch soap operas and they're into it, but they needed to be more dialed in for this fight than I believe that they were. And really, it all comes down to the talent of Stevenson. It's so much higher than Gonzalez's. And the style and the discipline which he boxed with, and the speed. The speed and the lateral movement, Gonzalez, he just couldn't get set, couldn't get going. So it was totally outclassed.
Are RV4 and Stevenson still the same weight class?
Yeah. Well, RV4 is like a top contender. He's on his way to fighting Stevenson. They fought 4. Yeah, RV4 a better rated than Gonzalez, and he split 4 fights with Stevenson. So they actually have a bona fide amateur rivalry that they can continue in the pro ranks. But I'm telling you what, Stevenson's going to be hard to beat. He looks
really like he's
talented.
getting better as the competition's getting better.
He's fast, and that jab is perfect, and that straight left to the body, near perfect. And if he boxes disciplined, it's hard for people to reach him, for featherweights.
All right, let's go, Coach. What questions do you have? You're going to give.
Well, you do the nicknames. I keep getting these people that want them. They love the nickname thing.
Like Young Gun.
Like Young Gun.
Young Gun and El Flaco.
El Flaco.
We went after the media training. We went to El Sombrero restaurant. So Sarah put on the sombrero, and we took the.
Pretty soon we'll have to get some El Flaco gear.
One, okay? You're not going to get it.
All right, bring it.
Pink cat.
Pink cat?
Oh, the pink cat. I remember him.
Oh, that's the guy that had the hair.
The pompadour.
Yeah.
What
was his name? Was it Scott?
Yeah, you're good. You're that's.
I remember that was in my.
Real person.
Oh, I don't know. That was in my wheelhouse too.
That's Scott. No, Scott is known as Scott.
What was it? Scott Walker?
Yeah. Jeez.
Did you get it, Tom? Very good. He fought Julio Cesar Chavez.
Someone got into my notes.
No. No, I remember the Chavez fight. Yeah, that was right.
Chavez, that was
right. That was like in the 90s.
Yeah, right before De La Hoya, probably.
Well, he fought Chavez one time.
Yeah, and he's dead. He passed away.
Chavez won.
He was from Arizona.
And how old was he?
The Pink Cat. I remember that.
I remember him. 20s.
34.
Oh, 34.
But who was his idol?
Oh, I have no idea.
Who also died young.
James Dean.
Exactly. And he looked just like him.
Yeah, he had the hair.
They looked alike.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you. So Who did he beat that was famous?
Who did he beat that was famous?
Was it Alexis Arguello?
You got it.
Oh, wow.
Bam!
There you go.
Bam!
Nice.
All right.
And how
1-2 punch at Tom and Doug.
have after that fight?
Was that his last fight?
You got it.
I was going to say, if he beat
Arguello's
Alexis
last fight was
Arguello,
Scott.
Arguello must have really been on his way down.
Yeah, oh, yeah. He was old.
Okay.
But see, Scott was a mover.
Okay,
And
so-
those fighters always gave.
Okay,
Arguello
so
problems.
speaking of Arguello, okay, when were his 2 fights with Aaron Pryor?
The first one was in 1982. The second one was in 1983.
Okay. Now, what was Arguello's fight previous to the first Aaron Pryor fight?
Previous to Aaron Pryor?
Which was also in '82.
Was it a well-known?
3 months.
Was it a well-known name?
Was it Ray Mancini? Was it Tyson's trainer? Was it so Kevin Rooney?
Wow.
He fought
Second
Kevin.
round knockout. Boom.
Fought Kevin Rooney.
Fought Kevin Rooney.
Wow.
Oh, he blasted him too. Yeah,
Wow.
it's out there.
Okay. And now,
No shame in that, by the way. I'm not trying to diss
okay,
Kevin
that
Rooney.
was in '82. Who knocked out Kevin Rooney in '81?
Did he go on to win a world title? Yeah. He had the IBF junior welterweight title. Real smart guy. And he lost. That guy.
And he didn't have that many.
He
fights.
lost to Lightning Lonnie Smith. Was it Billy Costello? Dang.
He also lost.
That was very difficult pulling Billy Costello's name from the file cabinet in my head.
He also lost.
Was he related to Elvis Costello?
He lost his life in an accident, like a weird accident.
Oh.
They fought in '81, you said?
Yeah.
It's not Jeffrey Resto. Not Jeffrey.
But Jeffrey Resto was on a card that this guy was on.
Oh.
That was the first sellout at Madison Square Garden in 15 years.
Oh, is it Billy Collins?
No.
The kid did.
No, but this guy fought the main event different time.
Huh.
The guy that he knocked out Kevin Rooney got knocked out at Madison Square Garden. He was a big favorite.
So you're
At the
talking about
Garden.
Davey Moore?
Yeah.
Davey Moore fought Kevin Rooney? Davey Moore was a junior middleweight and Kevin Rooney was a junior welterweight. What was Kevin doing that heavy? Wow. I didn't know that.
You know it now.
And now you know.
Unless I was wrong. I'm not wrong.
What was
Can't
the
always
fa-
trust the internet, man. You know, Davey Moore only had a few fights. He had like a dozen fights or
He
something.
won the title in his 8th fight.
Yeah.
So I was in New York at that time. I flew in that afternoon, and then when I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
I got there, it was late.
Duran, very popular. Yeah.
But that's the first sellout in 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a real sellout.
It was a real sellout.
And it was Duran's 32nd birthday. Right?
Duran versus Davey Moore?
Yeah. It was.
But it was a shocker.
Yeah.
No one gave Duran a chance.
Yeah.
Triple G sold out MSG a couple times.
Triple G's in really good company.
Yeah.
The people who had the ability to sell out Madison Square Garden, it's like Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, Roberto Duran.
It's an elite group.
And then you got to go way back to like
Vladimir
old-timers like
Klitschko. We had to
Bohachuk
sell out
and
with
stuff.
Vladimir Klitschko
I
there.
got a few.
Sold out 100%.
Yep.
Klitschko
That was-
versus who?
Jennings was a big fight. Jennings and also Calvin Brock
Really?
was a good.
Calvin Brock?
Yeah.
Was that like
He sold a
Ukrainians
lot.
coming?
Yeah, a lot of
out?
Ukrainian
Hey, so
fans.
who's
Yeah.
Triple G? Is Triple G going to fight that guy in Chicago?
It's unclear yet who his next opponent's going to be. It looks like it's going to be the first quarter of next year.
Yeah.
They'll be fighting again.
And everyone's saying if it's going to be that Polish dude, then they might go to Chicago.
Yeah, it could make sense. Yeah. Although Chicago might be a little bit chilly
Yeah.
at
You know,
that time.
I can see.
Well, they call it
that.
the Windy City.
See, I can see.
That
you
might
can
be the
buy
snowy
your
city.
tickets now. I can see it in your face, Tom. It's a done deal. I can't say anything.
No one can ever say anything in boxing.
No, we didn't know Jonathan Banks.
I
was
know.
his trainer.
He kept that under wraps
That's
so
true.
well.
Good. Wow.
Yeah, and like I said, Jonathan's going to be there tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be an interesting.
He's a huge.
Murat Gassiev is going to be there to support Soria Bohachuk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he healing up?
He started training. He just arrived in Big Bear this week.
Okay, well, that answers that question.
Yeah.
Good. You got another one from the coach?
Hey, that was good. Tom got that last one. That's
Scott Walker.
Pink cat.
Oh, Harry.
Barry?
Harry Scott Walker.
Huh.
Okay. I'm going to ask these questions to Tom.
Yeah, that's good. I'll just skip rope.
Okay, Tom. Who's the Galaxy Warrior?
Oh, I know.
Galaxy Warrior. Wasn't he out of Detroit?
Nope. Florida.
Oh, I was thinking of Galaxy Boxing.
Yeah. I know who it is.
Lightweight?
Yep.
Out of Florida?
He's crazy. He had a temper too.
And we'll give that one to Doug. I don't know that one.
Nate Campbell.
Oh, Nate Campbell. Okay.
Bam!
All right. Okay, try
Come
one
on,
more.
folks.
Try one more, Coach.
Take your best shot.
This is a guy from the UK,
Okay.
and he has about 3 nicknames. Okay, one of them is A-Force.
A-Force?
Oh yeah, Audley
And
Harrison.
A-Train.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Well, what are his other nicknames?
Isn't it, A-Train was one, wasn't it? An A-Team?
A-Force was.
Oddly, broadly.
Oh,
Broad-
those were mean
broadly.
nicknames. Steve
Broadly.
Kim called him A-Farce.
Yeah, I remember.
Broadly
I remember
Harrison,
Audley
that's
Harrison.
Oddly.
That guy
He
kept
was an
getting.
Olympic gold medalist.
And ordinary Harrison.
Oh gosh.
He was a bust, though.
Yeah. Just because you win a gold medal, it doesn't always ensure.
Okay.
But he was like one of those guys. He was like he turned pro. He was already in his 30s, right?
Okay, so this one's real easy. I'm going to give it to Tom. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Do you feel badly that he's wiping up for you?
No, he got Scott Walker. So
Doug is the encyclopedia there.
Okay, the punching postman.
Punching postman.
Yeah. Can I give Tom hints? Middleweight. Middleweight, he fought both.
Didn't
Roy
he fight
Jones
Roy?
Jr.
I was going to
and
say he
James
fought
Gunn.
Roy Jones.
Yeah.
Fought Roy Jones when Roy went on that HBO run of
Yeah, he played basketball in the morning.
opponents that. Oh, that was Eric Lucas. Was when he played basketball.
Yeah, this is a different guy.
Yeah, but Roy did fight him and take
The punching postman, and he fought a postman. Didn't he fight he fought a policeman also? Didn't he?
Fought a school teacher.
Yeah.
Fought a garbage collector. And was making real good money, millions and multi-millions every time.
Those license fees, yeah.
Yeah, they were high.
Who's the punching postman?
He was a middleweight contender. I think he was out of Philadelphia. God, I'm spacing out on his name. Took Tony the distance. Also fought Steve Collins.
Huh.
It was real close fight with Stevie Collins.
Yeah, I remember that nickname. I don't remember his name.
He was tough. He was a tough guy. God, I'm spacing out myself. Yeah. I know who he is. I can't remember his name. Yeah. Middleweight, but like a legit middleweight contender. You know.
What's his name?
90s.
Tony
Thornton.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
He's
wouldn't
dead.
have gotten that one.
I think he's dead. He might have got murdered or something weird like that.
Okay. Who was Shake and Bake?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
I don't know.
He was a heavyweight. Fought for the title 3 times.
What era?
Like in the 90s.
90s.
Shake and bake.
Fought for the title three times.
Never won, you know.
Tony Thompson fought for Vladimir 3 times,
Twice.
but he was a
Three
T.
times?
I think TNT Thompson, wasn't it?
He was TNT.
Yeah, he fought 3 times. He was a mandatory.
Well, that's IBF.
mandatory
Right?
3
That's
times
That's got to be
with
IBF.
IBF mandatory.
There
Yeah.
you go.
You know
Yeah.
this guy, though. I don't know.
Really?
Shake and bake
Shake and bake.
in the 90s.
This one I thought you guessed, so I didn't look him up too much.
Huh. Heavyweight title challenger, and he had 3 freaking
He
shots.
fought Michael Moore,
Yeah.
Evander Holyfield,
Fuck the talent.
Fought Vitali. I should know this then.
Who's the other guy?
he fought Holyfield and Michael Moore.
It's not Von Bean, is it? Vaughn Bean!
Shake and bake bean.
Shake and bake bean! Vaughn Bean! Vaughn Bean, ladies and gentlemen.
So Doug
Soccer
got
players, Vaughn Bean!
it. Doug got it.
Yes!
This one I don't think you're gonna get.
Vaughn Bean. Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Vaughn Bean got 3 shots.
That's extra
at the
credit.
time. Sanctioning organizations are funny, man.
The real,
3 shots
The
at a
real
time.
touch of sleep.
The real touch of
Isn't that Daryl
Darryl
Williamson?
That's the touch. Of
That's a
sleep.
touch of sleep.
Somebody else was
Real.
the real.
The real touch of sleep.
Was he also a heavyweight?
I remember Daryl Williamson.
Yeah.
He fought Vladimir.
Tell you.
Vladimir
He
Klitschko.
dropped Vladimir. I was there.
Yeah.
That was in
That
Vegas.
was in Vegas, yeah. That was on Showtime.
That
on
was
your,
a close call.
On your hat.
That was Vladdy on his way back, like he was still rebuilding from the Lehman Brewster.
Still
fight.
rebuilding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you another one.
The real touch of sleep.
Who's the love child?
Oh, that's Dan Raphael's favorite prospect. Joel Julio? Yeah, Colombia. Colombia. You ever been to Colombia?
Yes, I have.
You've been everywhere. What's your passport look
Boxing
like?
convention. I have extra pages in my passport.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, okay, name this guy. I'm gonna give you his name.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna
You
give
give
you
multiple choice?
No, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you his nickname first.
Okay.
Sugar Ray Clay Jones Jr.
Sugar Ray Clay.
Sugar Ray.
Ray Clay Jones Jr.
This is a boxer?
And he had a 23-2 record with 16 KOs. Super welterweight. So he was good.
And you're looking for his real name?
Or are you looking for his nickname?
That was his nickname.
Oh, that's
that
his
was the nickname.
Say
Yeah.
it again. Sugar
What's
Ray
his-
Clay
wh-
Jones
What's
Jr.
his real name?
Sugar Ray Clay Jones Jr. What decade did he fight?
That I can't tell you either.
And he was a
But
welterweight?
it was not that long ago.
Oh.
He's a super welterweight.
Super welterweight. Where's he from?
He's from London.
Of course, a Brit.
His real name is Abdul Hogg,
Huh.
but he had a name.
I never heard. Who did he ever fight?
You heard it.
Oh.
I never heard it, but you probably don't.
You just told us his name. His real name is Abdul
Well,
Hogg.
that's his given name.
That's his given name.
His name that he uses, Anthony Small.
Oh.
Anthony Smalls.
That does kind of ring a bell.
Yeah, I screwed up.
Remember Tiger Smalls?
Yeah. Tiger Smalls. Remember Cassius Clay Horn?
Remember Young Dick Tiger?
Yep, Young Dick Tiger. Yep. He fought around here. He was pretty
Who
good.
was he managed by?
I don't know. He was local though. Do you remember? Oh no, was it you?
No.
Jackie McCoy?
Jackie McCoy? Really?
No, it wasn't.
No.
He wasn't.
No, but I remember Young Dick Tiger.
He fought Winky Wright. At
He
the
had
farm.
those shorts, all
Yeah.
the animal print, the
Yeah.
tiger print on
He
the
wasn't
shorts.
bad.
Yeah, he fought at the Forum. You're right, Forum
What?
Boxing.
He did.
And who was the heavyweight that came out of Forum Boxing?
Ed Mahone, the
challenged
Hammer.
Vitaly Klitschko.
He fought him?
No, Ed
Hey,
fought
Ed Mahone
Vitaly.
was in
Yeah.
some tremendous slugfests.
Yeah,
I
remember Cody Cook from Alaska?
Yeah.
I bet on
Coach
Cody.
bet on Cody.
I bet on Cody.
The Alaskan assassin.
Came very
I
close.
went to the weigh-in.
Came very close
It was a
to
great
winning.
weigh-in.
But Ed pulled it out at the end. The Hammer.
Do you remember that weigh-in?
Hammer pulled it out in
Do
the
you remember that
championship
weigh-in
rounds.
in Vegas where the camps of Ed Mahone and this other heavyweight got into it,
Got it.
and it was crazy, man.
That might have been before I was.
Maybe it was. And
No,
that
actually,
heavyweight
I
died
was
of a
in
heart
Vegas.
attack.
I was in Vegas with Ed
Because of that?
before.
No, it was later.
I was at the Tropicana with
It was
Ed.
at the Tropicana. That's right. That's right. And K-Cow.
Yeah, it was a K-Cal series. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
Hey,
cool.
so
That'd be great to have
a
a-
guy who got beaten up at Shields weigh-in.
That's James Ali Bashir. That's Vladimir Klitschko's assistant trainer. I know him very well.
Yeah.
He's doing better, right?
was he now?
He's back at home. He went back to the hospital because they detected some bleeding on the brain on his CAT scan from Detroit. So he went to the hospital in New Jersey, and I think they were able to treat it. They didn't have to operate. They were able to treat it by some blood thinning, and
Yeah.
and so now he's I think recuperating. So hopefully he makes a full
Was it
recovery. That's
confirmed
very
that was the brother of Clarissa Shields?
that's my understanding.
And he
Yeah.
was, and something
I
was right with
understand.
that dude. Something.
Yeah.
Man, he shouldn't have been at the weigh-in. If you got members of your family that are
That emotional.
unhinged,
Yeah.
don't bring them.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even just highly emotional. Because weigh-ins are by nature.
They
a
get
lot of times
emotional, yeah.
They get
Yeah, it's
heated.
tense.
They get
It's,
and
very
it's
tense, yeah.
normal for
But that's how you
trainers.
build up the fight with the stare
Yes.
down, and that's the whole thing.
And that's never happened where, one of the coaches of a main event got assaulted.
I haven't heard of that, yeah.
It's never happened.
And they had to actually cancel the fight
Yeah,
because the head coach
that's never happened.
Head
That
coach
is never,
got assaulted.
and as crazy as boxing is and as old as boxing is, that's never happened.
The only
It's
thing
funny
that-
because there are people on Twitter going, well, it happens. I'm like, no, it doesn't. That
The only
never
one
happened.
the one that came close was remember Tyson and Lewis, where Tyson bit Lewis, and then, but I don't think they postponed it. They kept the same date, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is no trainer was assaulted. I think
Right.
the last time I saw a trainer
And
get
assaulted that badly, where he broke his jaw and had
right.
unconscious.
The last time I saw a trainer of a major main event get hit and hurt was when Roy Jones Jr. challenged John Ruiz for
That's
the
right.
WBA heavyweight
Stoney.
title. Stormin' Norman Stone
Yeah.
got clocked by Kurt Murkison.
Alton Murkison.
That's
right.
yeah. Boom, and he knocked him, I think, off of a stage, and then they carried Stoney out on a stretcher. But there was not even any talk about the fight maybe even being in jeopardy. I remember it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I
the
think
whole
Stoney
thing looked
made-
staged, but it wasn't. That was crazy.
You know which other trainer they carried out on a stretcher from Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I'll tell you who. Lou Duva.
The famous scene, where he almost fell off the stretcher. They were like carrying sideways.
Yeah,
and
with
he
the
almost,
riot, right?
Yeah, with the riot.
Riddick Bowe and
Galata, yeah.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was ugly.
What about, someone was asking, what about the Zab Judah
Floyd Mayweather?
Mayweather
Almost.
ring brawl?
There was almost a riot, but
That was
cooler heads prevailed.
The coach got into it with, Mayweather's coach got into it with,
Well, Roger could have handed Floyd Mayweather a disqualification
right.
loss, but they had Richard Steele
referee.
as the comebacking referee, and
Well, that would have been because
Steele, who by the way missed a knockdown
he entered the ring, right? During the fight.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, another like John Shorley would have said.
They say
okay,
Roger was
disqualification.
They said Roger was knocked down.
Yeah, he was. He was. Floyd did the right thing though. He just stayed cool. Everybody was going at it, and Floyd just kind of found a rope.
Was that Zab got punched Roger?
I don't remember
maybe,
what happened. Well, Zab
maybe,
was hitting
Zab's father.
Floyd. Zab hit Floyd low before
right.
the end of a late round, and Floyd was like, "Oh!" And then Roger got mad, and Roger just
jumped in.
entered the ring. And really, like maybe 9 out of 10 refs would have disqualified you right there, but
Zab's Judah,
Floyd and it's Richard and it's Vegas, right?
Zab's father got kind of emotional also.
Yeah, and then he ran in there, and
Yeah.
he's like a martial artist, so that was wacky. But here's the thing, and you didn't really see this with the HBO cameras. The crowd was getting crazy,
Yeah.
and folks kept
Pretty
trying.
intense,
Other
huh?
people were trying to storm the ring, and there were security guards. You might be able to see this, folks, if you go and watch that fight.
Yeah.
There's a security guard, and he's grabbing his gun like,
Wow.
back the F off.
Wow.
We're armed. We're not just standing here, But it was real close to exploding, but it didn't explode.
So who was Richard Steele's manager trainer
When he was fighting?
Jackie McCoy.
Okay, there you go.
What weight class was Richard Steele?
What
Very
was
good.
his?
Coach knows.
What was his ring name?
I don't know.
The Real Steel.
The real Steel. You made that up. You're making that up, man. The real Steel. You might be right, though.
No,
You might be
I
right.
don't know. What was Vitaly Klitschko's? Vladimir's.
Dr. Steel Hammer?
Dr. Steelhammer. What was Vitaly's ring name?
Dr. Iron Fist?
That's right.
Those are cool
Doug
names,
has
man.
it.
They sound like superheroes.
Right. So
They
we're
look
gonna,
like
So
superheroes.
Ed Mahone was the hammer, and Vladimir Klitschko was the steel hammer. Yep.
See what
Dr.
happens?
Steelhammer.
Yeah, he has a doctorate.
Ed Mahone made a lot of money.
I mean, he never became a champion, but
For a guy
when he
his
challenged,
stature,
Oh yeah, Form was paying him good. Yeah,
He had a good deal.
he had a great deal.
Form was paying him good, and that was a great series on K-Cow.
And I heard
It was like the Budweiser series on K-Cow.
So much fun.
I heard he got 100% of his purse. He didn't have to give his manager anything.
That's possible. Yep.
I seriously heard that. And he got the whole thing, and whatever the manager got, they got someplace else.
Yeah.
But that he got everything.
Forum wanted him. They wanted to be in the heavyweight business.
Yep.
And he was a decent
It was a
amateur.
good attraction. Yeah.
And he made for good fights. He had a great chin until he didn't. It's one of those things.
At
some point, it's like, your body's like, I can't take any more of this.
Chiquita Gonzalez was a form, sold out the form, and
Chiquita Gonzalez never had a contract.
He was in Cancun for the WBC convention.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's a healthy dude.
When he fought Carbajal?
Yeah.
No. Were you a part of the Ringsiders Club?
I was not.
No?
But I win all the time.
You snuck in?
Ringside?
No, I never snuck.
I was, Tom, occasionally.
No,
because I won those contests that Steve Kim had on his radio show.
How about the Forum?
That was
How
part
about
of
the
the
Forum
deal.
Club during those fights? That was the place to be when Jerry Buss was there.
All those beautiful
That was the place to be.
I got free
Forum
parking in the Forum Club and free seats from my buddy.
There you go.
Okay.
He's
Is it Don Hamilton? No?
John Beirut.
Oh, John Beirut.
John Beirut.
He ran it.
Yeah.
That's true.
He was the publicist, yeah. John Jackson ran it, but John Beirut, Tony Curtis,
And
matchmaker.
Budweiser for the media, just before the main event. They don't do that anymore.
Hey, but
We do at the Hollywood Fight Nights.
Do you?
We do Tecate.
Bring it by. We'll need it.
they had fights every Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night fights. Yeah.
And before the fight started, they had contests for the ring card girls.
Yeah.
They had, I don't know where they found these girls.
Yeah.
They were not pretty.
So you didn't vote for
Maybe
him?
they were local.
No,
yeah.
it was a joke almost.
right.
Reversed.
All right, so I think we should sign off here.
We are gonna sign off.
We got the doors are going to open at 3:00 today, so that's just
So can I ask
in
you a
about
couple
5 hours.
questions, Tom? Are you gonna be happy this week?
We're going to be very happy this week.
And are you gonna be nice to everyone and loving?
Be very nice, and we're going to let in the people that want to drive in front of you, so that
Oh, you're gonna drive carefully too.
drive carefully also.
And
Yeah,
are you gonna ride your
we're
scooter?
going to drive like we won the lottery.
Are you gonna ride your scooter?
Probably not this week.
My advice is never get on a scooter. I won't let my
Dave
kids.
doesn't like
No,
scooters.
I don't like them either.
No, I
I think
almost
they're
got
dangerous.
killed by one last week.
Yeah.
You,
I was
you were walking? Oh, pedestrian? Yeah, sometimes
No,
they get a little bit
I
crazy
was
on the
walking out
scooters.
of a store and
Yeah,
this thing.
he was going flying right by.
Yeah, like 30 miles per
Yeah.
hour.
But they're too dangerous. They really are. It's
I think if they're driven properly, they're okay. In cities like Santa Monica, where there's so much traffic, you can go in the bike lane.
There's too much
But there are
traffic in Santa
people-
Monica, and people have too much aggression
But
and adrenaline.
there are people that ride on the sidewalks and get very dangerous, or they ride double. They got two people on it. So,
I watch young guys, and they pretend that the scooter is like a skateboard.
yeah, and then
And they try
doing
to
all
jump
kinds of
curves
tricks.
and
Yeah,
stuff. And I
think
see
it's
them. I see
dangerous.
them doing it over and over again. Like they'll go around a block, especially if there's an incline, and they're trying to do tricks with it. And it's they have poor judgment.
I don't care if they hurt themselves.
No, but
That doesn't bother me.
they're gonna hurt somebody else trying to do that stuff.
So it's a nice day for a fight today. It's not too hot. Anyone that comes out wants to buy tickets at the door. We got the general admission left on floor, general admission, and the balcony general admission. Come see Doug Fisher. Come see Kevin
Flushing
Kelly.
Flash, WBC featherweight champion Kevin Kelly.
Come see Cynthia Conte.
Hostess with the mostest.
Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks will be there. Cecilia Breckus will be
Pretty
there.
cool. You rub elbows with all these.
Lulu Houghton
luminaries.
is going to be there. Lulu's a fan
Lulu's
favorite.
always there.
Arguello's usually there. I mean, not Arguello.
The ghost of Arguello? That's pretty good.
Oh, Angulo's coming. Yeah, El
Yeah.
Perro is coming. He had a big win over Peter Quillen.
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be there. Murat
back,
Gassiev
baby.
is going to be there.
Wow. Larry Marlin's going to be there.
Oh, you're one of your favorite fighters, Chris Van Heerden, is going to be there. He already got his tickets.
Chris.
What's Chris's nickname?
The Heat.
The Heat. That's right. He's going to bring in the Heat
The
tonight.
Heat. Gotta bring the Heat, man.
Anyway.
Amongst others, Scott
have
Quigg
a
is going to be
Have
there.
a great week. Be kind to everybody.
And tune in tonight, Hollywood Fight Nights, either on the Facebook stream, the 360 Promotions Facebook, or come down to the Avalon Hollywood to see all the celebrities and all the fights. Signing
See
off.
you soon, guys.
Adios.